Hi guys, welcome back to another episode of From the Heart. I'm your host, Trca, and I am excited to chat today. This is a podcast where we talk all things health, wellness, business, lifestyle, mindset, my faith, pretty much anything I walk through. I like to turn around and share it and give advice based upon my experiences so you can learn from my past mistakes. Emphasis on my past mistakes. That's pretty much the premise of this entire episode today. I wrote out 10 things that I've done wrong in my life, 10 mistakes that I've made when I thought that they were good or I was unaware that I was doing them. And the thing is, you're probably doing one, if not multiple of these. I'm not saying every single one because some of these might be more unique to certain people and personalities, but there's a list and I want to go through and I want to kind of explain what I was doing wrong, maybe why I thought that was okay. And then I want to give you guys what I'm doing right now, like the counter choice, I guess. I don't know the right word for that, but like essentially how I'm fixing that problem and what I'm doing to not make that mistake again. So number one, the first thing, and this is a big one, I drank too many energy drinks, okay? I would drink way back in the OG days. If you guys are an OG, I love you and I'm so grateful you're still here with me. 5 years later, 6 years later, I started social media in like 2019, 2020, like on TikTok, like continuously and actually gaining traction. And this was like my gym rat, gym girl era, okay? And I'm still a gym girl. I still love to exercise, lift weights, be in a gym. But like I was like the epitome of a gym rat. I think the entire country, if not world, was like in this like muscle mommy gym rat era in 2019 to like 2022, I would say. It's kind of funny. Like as I kind of fell out of that and into running, I feel like everyone else did. Like not that I was a trendsetter, but I was with the wave and a little before. I won't lie. But I have been drinking instead these yerba mates. I'll show you guys if you're watching just because I did just take a sip. But I in this gym era, I just feel like it was like macro friendly. It was caffeine, energy drink overload. It was this like hustle culture. Like that's the best way to describe it. It's like mindset. And like I was the epitome of that. That was me. And the thing is, that's kind of who I was. Even like, well, no. I was gonna say in high school, like I didn't even know what pre-workout was. So like I didn't know what any of these things were, but way back in high school, actually, I was a caffeine girl because I would drink a Spark every morning. I used to take Advocare like religiously in high school. Once I got into like social media and into the gym, I got introduced to like energy drinks. And I feel like this is when they like took off, like when Celsius popped off, when Alani popped off, when all of these, like Alani New was like a new supplement company at the beginning of my gym era. I remember when the pre-workouts came out because I was like a pre-workout girl. Then I got into energy drinks. And I still love one. But it's funny because the more holistic I've gotten and the more whole food based I've eaten, the less and less tasty energy drinks taste. Truthfully, they taste like chemicals. And my friends used to be like, oh, I don't like those. They taste like chemicals. And I'm like, oh, I love an Alani. I love a Celsius. And I was not ashamed to admit it. And I have just like over time began to notice how they just don't taste as good. And I'm like, okay, this is my body telling me to like step away. And so my boyfriend Kyler, talk about him all the time on here. But he is very like holistic. He's really into his health. He's done so much research on his own, but he used to drink because he had Crohn's and colitis really bad. So he had to be so careful about like what he was consuming and putting into his body. And at this time in his life, and for a while, he would drink these yerba mate teas. And he introduced me to these recently again because he started drinking them again because once he met Jake and I won't lie, we were bad influences on his caffeine addiction and his energy drink addiction. Okay, it's not good. I'm not proud of it, but that's what I'm telling you guys because now we're all changing for the better now. And Jake, Kyler, and I are all on yerba mates because they are so much better for you. They're made out of like organic ingredients. Have I told you guys on here like the ingredients? It's like organic brewed yerba mate tea, organic lemon juice, organic yerba mate extract. There are natural flavors, aren't great, but like compared to what's in most, I'll take it. Organic strawberry juice concentrate, organic cranberry juice concentrate, organic caffeine, organic stevia. That's all that's in it. There's no foreign language, la ba da da da, whatever the heck is on all the other stuff, okay? Like, it is just more simple, clean ingredients, and it has 150 milligrams caffeine. So like if you're like me and you need a little boost like midday, I need a little something before I picked up the mic and started talking to y'all. drink that. I literally drink coffee. I drink espresso, cold brew, or yerba mates. And then on the rare occasion, because I'm not saying I'm perfect and I'm not saying you need a cold turkey cut them out forever, but like Kyler, me, and Jake, like all kind of have this like little rule. Like if we have an energy drink, we kind of save it for the weekend, or it's like a special occasion, or if it's like we're on the road, we have no other option. But it's kind of like a last resort or like a special occasion situation. Yerba mates though are so delish. They literally taste like tea, like iced tea. If you guys have ever had like the this one's like a lemonade. It's like a berry lemonade and it tastes like those Arnold Palmers, like the light Arnold Palmers. Keep in mind though, there are like 2 grams of sugar and 3 grams of sugar ones of these, and that's what I drink. There are other ones that aren't, and it's got quite a bit of sugar in them. I stay away from those just because I don't want to be drinking all that sugar, even though it's probably more of a natural sugar. I'm not even sure though, because I've never had one, so I've never looked, but just know the difference. There's like a very sugary one and a regular one. I like the like low sugar one. So that's number one. I'm limiting them, and I have been doing my best to truly just drink less energy drinks, like Alani's and Celsius, because one, really, like I said, they don't taste as good. I don't want those ingredients in my body. And two, there are substitutes. Like you can drink yerba mates. You can drink even pre-workout is probably better. You can drink coffee, cold brew, matcha, like more just like a natural caffeine because it makes you feel better. Like the significant difference, I don't feel jittery. I don't crash. Because the other part to this that I was going to mention is like, one thing I will never do unless I'm quite literally in like a pinch and have no other option is like, I will never drink an energy drink. I'll drink a yerba mate in the morning, but I will never drink like an Alani or a Celsius first thing in the morning. I realized this probably 8 months to a year ago. I would drink one in the morning. I would crash so hard by like noon, and I'd get like a headache. Like I would feel so bad. So it would be like this huge spike, and then I would just crash. And I'm like, I used to literally wake up at 5 a.m. and drink a Celsius every single day. No, I don't. I literally don't do that because I don't like the effects of it. And now I don't even drink them like really at all. So I'm like, it's cool to see myself progress. But I guess all that to say, just be a little more aware. If you are an Alani girl, you are a Celsius girl, whatever other energy drink girly you are, if you're drinking them first thing in the morning, just be aware of how you're feeling midday. I drink a coffee, and yeah, I do kind of get tired, need a little pick me up like midday. I don't need it, but like I kind of like it. But it's not that I'm crashing. I'm not like, and then I'm like to zero. It's more of just like a natural, like, oh, like I need a little pick me up because I've been go since 6 a.m. and it's 2. But if you feel like the jitters and then, like sometimes literally Celsius or Alani's would make me feel more tired after drinking them, which is so insane. So that's like not good. We don't want that. We don't want that. Anyway, that was a long conversation about number 1. Number 2, I used to rush through everything. Like rush. I even talk fast. Y'all know, you've been listening to my podcast for like how many years now? If you have been listening from the start, or if you hear me talk on social media, I talk fast. The way I talk is symbolic to the way I live. I go fast. I go one speed. And I literally have noticed the last few weeks to a few months how much like extra stress and anxiety and just like probably cortisol spikes that I put on myself because I'm literally rushing through my day. I had this weird, and I get it though, because it's like hustle culture and grind. And even the way that we were like trained as children and kids, like in sports practices, like think when we go get a water break, or we'd be like shagging balls, or we'd be doing whatever. It was like as fast as you could, as efficient. Again, yes, our world needs to be efficient. We need to be productive. But like I have just learned to hustle through everything. And I think that's why I talk so fast, because I like literally am always going. And love my dad, love him so much. But he is a very like low patient man, and he'll admit it. So like I'll say it. He doesn't have a lot of patience. And so my whole life I've always been like hustle, because like if we were getting in the car going somewhere as a family, if we weren't 30 minutes ahead of schedule, we were late. And then he'd be like honking the horn. He'd be the first one in the car, like ready to go. Keep in mind, because it takes him 2 seconds to get ready. Me and my mother, on the other hand, have a few more things as women to do, but like he'd be honking on the horn and we'd be still like 30 minutes ahead. I'm like, yo, like I'm coming. So I think just, it has just been like I don't know the right word, but like built in as like my default system to rush through stuff. But this last few months, I think even with Alora and the conversations I've been having with Kayla and Maddie, my co-founders, even through the process of building out Alora, I think we realized how like taking on a whole nother load of work. I keep increasing my plate, but like I'm not gaining more hours. I'm not hiring more people out. I'm just doing more myself. The only way, if you think about it, to get things done is to do it quicker or to give yourself like wake up earlier, go to bed later, like just give yourself more hours. But I've really truly just been like flying through things and have begun to become better at stuff, more proficient and more, I guess, proactive with my schedule. Like the more you do something, the easier it gets, the faster you can do it for sure. So I think a lot of my stuff that I do on a day to day, a lot of my editing and a lot of my filming and a lot of whatever I do, I can do it pretty quick because I do the same thing week after week after week after week. Same thing in your job, whatever you do. I'm sure you can like do it in your sleep essentially. That's how I am. But I still have this like pressure to like hurry through everything. And it has added so much stress to me. And I'm like, Chloe, you don't even have a boss. I don't even have that many deadlines. I create the deadlines myself. Yeah. Do I hold myself accountable to getting a podcast up every Monday and every Friday for my other podcast at 5 a.m.? I do, but I have a whole week to do it. Do I have a deadline for my newsletter every Monday? I do. Do I have a deadline for my client calls? Yeah, I do. Do I have like certain deadlines? I guess, yes. But other than that, like I don't have like these like demanding timelines, and it's like I'm literally acting as if I'm this like crazy boss on myself and being like, get this and done, like a million things on my to-do list, and if it's not jam-packed, I feel like unproductive and I feel guilty. And I'm like, Chloe, if you would just like go through, like pace yourself throughout the day, I think my brain would feel better. I think, well, I know because now I've been changing it recently, but I'm trying to like even talk slower. And like when I get going, I forget, but then I catch myself and try to slow down when I talk. And I just try to slow down through the motions because I'll be like doing 5 things at once, rushing through them. And I'm like, what did I even just do? Like, I don't even like, I'll be like cooking something and then I'll be like unloading the dishwasher and I'll be filming it and then I'll be texting someone and then I'll have something else going on. And I'll literally have 5 things going on. And I'm like, why am I doing this to myself? Like, my life is not that busy. Like, I make it that busy. It doesn't have to be that busy. So I've really just learned to slow down. And why I want to do this is so I can get more out of life. I feel like when you're nose down, hustling through everything, you miss out on so much. Like I miss out on so much in my life. And again, it's like God has blessed me with all these things to enjoy. And I'm not enjoying them because I'm like hustling through it to get to like the next milestone, the next goal, the next achievement, the next whatever, that I'm not even enjoying like the now. And it's truly because I'm like, hustling through it. So I'm like, I should just slow the heck down. Slow down with how fast I try to edit. Slow down how fast I try to talk. Slow down with how many things I try to get through in a day. I see like my friends and they post their daily like to-do list and it's like packed full and I'm like, wow. And then something in me is so competitive and it's like embedded in me to like do more. And then I like add more to my plate. And I'm like, it's okay to just like have an hour of my day where I'm not doing something productive. Like, again, I make my own schedule. I work from home. I fear I'm going to burn myself out because I'm not even a mother. Like, I don't even have kids and a family yet. I'm like, this is the most amount of time I'm ever going to have in my life. And I still don't have time. So, like, what are we doing wrong? So, I'm trying to be proactive before I get to a point in my life where I don't even have me time. And then I'm like really struggling because I'm like, dude, yeah. Like last night, I like allowed myself to go mindlessly walk through TJ Maxx and Ross and Target for fun. And Kyler called me and he's like, wait, are you at the store? And I was like, yeah. It was like so weird for him to hear that I was like out running an errand just for funsies. It was weird for me. And then I came back and then I ended up getting really bad cramps and I had to leave. But like, I don't know. I just don't really go do much during my week. My weekends, I enjoy my weekends fully. I'm with Kyler and I'm pretty much not even on my phone. I really don't even post that much anymore on the weekends. It's kind of nice though. It really is. If you can relate to me, just slow the heck down. Enjoy the moments. Take time. Like even on our sister chats for Laura yesterday, Kayla was talking about, because we were talking about burnout, and Kayla was saying how she's like, we need to do more of things that like have no agenda behind them. No like benefit to us for like our health or our business. It's just for pure enjoyment. And I was like, dang, I never do that ever. I always have like an agenda behind it, whether it's like bettering my health or bettering like my business and work or something, you know? So I'm like, I need to do more things I just enjoy like throughout the week. I do it on the weekends, but I'm realizing like I need it sprinkled into my week as well. So I encourage you guys just to slow down a little bit. Anyway, number 3, I've talked about this before, but I used to snack instead of meals. Oh, it was such a bad habit. It was such a bad habit. And the thing is, I just like identified as it. I was like, oh yeah, I'm a snacker. I'm a picker. Like my family would joke around because like that's what I did. I was always like picking and snacking at food, but I would never just like make a bowl of food and eat. I will never go back to that. And I pray that I don't enable that. Not that it was my parents' fault. This was like a self-inflicted habit of mine. Definitely, I think came from like a disordered perspective on food. Like when I struggled with highs and lows and like macros and thinking of all this stuff, I thought I'd be better off just like having a little bit of a few things rather than just like a full meal. That's so wrong. So wrong, so wrong, so wrong because I was never satiated. I was never full. I was lacking many macronutrients. Like it was just bad. And I realized it messed up my digestion because if I eat a lot of random times, I feel like my food can't digest and then I start getting bloated and gassy and all this. But when I just like eat a big meal, let it digest, and then eat a meal, it doesn't have to be like a big meal, but just like a portioned out meal, let it digest, have my other meal, let it digest, I feel great. But anytime I'm like snacking anymore, like if I'm on the boat, we're out boating, we do that a lot on the weekends. We always pack snacks and like a sandwich. But like when I'm around snacks, it's okay to snack every now and then. But like this was like a daily routine. Like I did not eat like lunch and I would just snack through lunch and have to, oh, not me knocking my microphone. But like I did not eat lunch very often. I would just like snack through. I would eat food, but like it wasn't lunch. I was eating more calories and I was eating like less protein, probably more carbs and fats, whatever. Was not good physically, mentally, none of it was good for me. But I notice when I'm on the boat now, like I'll be snacking more than normal because I don't really snack anymore. If I do, it's like some fruit or whatever. Not the way it's like 10% of what it used to be, which is amazing. And that's like perfect for me. But I get super bloated and like I get gassy and I get like uncomfortable because I really think it's because I'm like eating and then I'm stopping and then I'm eating and then I'm stopping and I'm eating and I'm stopping for like 3 hours straight. And so in my mind, I'm like, well, I'm thinking about my digestion and like, yeah, that kind of makes sense why I don't feel great. So I'm just like over the snacking. It was like mindless snacking. It was not good for me. It was a bad habit. I'm not saying snacking's bad. That is not what I'm trying to say. If you're hungry, eat, okay? Fuel your body. We need pick-me-ups. Like we need a little midday snack. Like I just actually had like, I made these little monster cookie protein bars. I just had a chunk of it before this, just like fuel me because I ate like my lunch a couple hours ago. Anyway, but like that wasn't my lunch, okay? So I quit doing that and I have felt so much better. My digestion's felt so much better. My relationship with food has been better since I quit snacking as meals, okay? The next thing, number 4, is it's kind of like bounces off this one. I thought being bloated at night was normal. I really did. I thought going to bed by the end of the night was just like, oh, essentially I'd eaten throughout the day. Like it's night, I'm full, my food's digesting, and that's why I'm bloated. But like that's not the way you should be feeling every day. The way to, I guess, not feel that way is to start taking note of like what causes bloating. So for me, again, every single person's different. Our gut healths are also different. Probably 80 to 95% of us have a leaky gut, if not almost all of us. You could have parasites. You could have a leaky gut. You could be eating food you're intolerant to. Your eating pattern could be bad. Like all of these things, if you're not eating early enough until like my Oura ring will yell at me if I eat too close to going to bed because my food hasn't fully digested. Or like I just said with snacking, if I'm eating too much and but like too close together and I'm not letting my food digest, I get bloated. If I eat foods that I'm like intolerant to, I get bloated. Like there's like kale and broccoli. I can't digest them that well. Like my body, like probably because I need to like fix my gut health because I don't really think we should be intolerant to anything, but those are the foods that make me like flare up. So I avoid those things and I have felt so much better. And then the fourth one, I avoid ultra processed foods. Ultra meaning like a Cheeto or like packaged, anything pretty much prepackaged. I don't really eat anymore and I have significantly felt better because one, those foods are so addictive and processed and full of chemicals that like aren't good for our bodies. I just limited ultra processed foods and I try to time out my meals better for digestion. I avoid foods that I'm intolerant to and I feel so much better. Like you shouldn't go to bed bloated every single night. Like that's not normal. That's not healthy. Don't think it's normal because everyone's like, oh, I bloat. Well, no, what's normal is the fact that we've normalized like leaky gut and bad gut health because we're eating crap. If I'm being brutally honest. And I have been in there and I still don't eat perfect and I still struggle with this. And I'm like, oh, Yeah. Isn't this not a consequence of my own actions? Like it happens. Um, like I had ice cream 2 weeks ago, and I think the healthier that you eat, your body becomes so immune to it and so used to it, you start to become very sensitive to like processed foods. It kind of sucks if I'm being honest, because I want to be able to enjoy these like foods every now and then, and I still do, but like typically I don't feel great after, and I'm like, okay, well at least it's, I don't know, and not a healthy food making me feel bad because whatever, but I had ice cream, and me and Kyle are both like, I'm not dairy intolerant. I eat Greek yogurt all the time. I eat cottage cheese all the time. I eat cheese all the time. I drink milk every single day. Like, I'm not lactose intolerant, but the sugar and the processed whatever that was in this ice cream messed me up. Messed me up, and it was not fun. So, will I eat ice cream again? Yeah, for sure. But like, it's just a proof. It's like a testament to like the fact of when you eat the right foods, like you won't be just like uncomfortable and bloat. Otherwise, there's like an underlining issue, whether you have a leaky gut or whatever. So just take note. That's what I did. Like I started every time I would like be bloated, I would write in my notes like what I had just eaten. And then over time, I started to like look back at like the list and like find the similarities and the commonalities of each of the things. And I was able to like pinpoint, oh, that makes me like irritated. So yeah. I thought that was normal to be bloated. It is not. Number 5, things I used to do wrong. I used to not prioritize sleep. I would quote unquote be like, sleep is for the weak. Wake up at 5 a.m., work and do everything, and then I can go to sleep. I did not understand how precious sleep is. I love my sleep now. I don't really nap. I don't really like, truthfully, I don't really enjoy sleeping. I feel weird like when I wake up from a nap. But like I love being sleepy at night and like just rolling over and going to bed. And I love an early morning. So like I have wired myself. I always yawn when I podcast. I don't know why. There must be some science behind like, I don't know what it is. I don't know. But I'm not sleepy as we're talking about sleep. Um, back on track, Chloe. Back on track, Chloe. I was not prioritizing sleep though. Like back in the early gym rat days, you guys, like well, heck, I used to work at a gym. And I worked the opening shift so I could like have time to go to school, work my other job, social media, go to college. Like I did all these things. It's crazy, but I'd work from like 4:30 to 8 a.m. And like, so I'd have to get up at 3:45. And this is like the start of my TikToks. Like you can like find these vlogs on TikTok. It's crazy. But I would literally go to bed at like 11 o'clock at night because like I had schoolwork, I had homework, I had a boyfriend, like I had all these things. And I just put those above sleep, and like sleep is so important. I would wake up feeling so sick. Even when like mornings still, like if I wake up too early, I didn't get enough sleep, like I feel ill. I feel nauseous. My body feels achy, and I'm like, I I did not sleep enough. Like I did not recharge myself enough. So really focusing on like quality of sleep, you guys, is so important. Like I crank my AC to 68. I don't even care if the bill's a little higher. I'm like, if I can sleep well, I'll make more money because I will be more productive and I'll feel better. Like that's my mindset. But like I use my mouth tape to avoid mouth breathing and to breathe strictly out of my nose. I like wind down. I do my red light therapy at night before bed. Like I do certain things to like get myself sleepy and so I can have good quality sleep too. So like the amount of sleep's important, the quality of sleep's important. But make sure you're getting like 8 hours. That's something I've really had to focus on and learn. It's not for the weak. You will be weak if you don't sleep. I promise. Mel Robbins said, like, if you want to get 8 hours of sleep, be in bed for 9 because it takes a bit of time to like wind down and fully fall asleep. So like buff and schedule in 9 hours of your like day to get the 8 hours. But trust me, you will feel like a new person. Number 6. This was something I did wrong early in my faith journey. Well, there's a lot of things I did wrong. You can listen to my other podcast, Heavenly Chats, on that. But I guess you could apply this to like any topic that you want to further like dive into. But I didn't take it upon myself to learn more myself. I would get into my word. I would listen to podcasts, I guess, and like worship music. But like I wasn't actually learning more of actual scripture because like you read the Bible, yeah, you learn. But like I recently started, I guess, watching sermons outside of like Sunday and my Thursday nights. Like I watch them in the mornings now, or there's this thing called like Bible. Let me find it. My friend sent it to me. She actually just introduced me to this and has been so helpful. It's on YouTube and they're little videos and they essentially like break down the different books in the Bible or different topics, there's so many videos. It's called the Bible Project. If you want to learn more about scripture and more about like stories in the Bibles and understand the books better, look up the Bible Project. But just like take it upon yourself to like learn more. I feel like if you want something you've never had, you have to be willing to do something you've never done. So if you want to like further yourself in any area, you've got to like dive deeper. And I guess over time, like, I guess want to say I was doing it wrong, but like now I'm realizing like I need more. Like I have I have more of a foundation built after being in like my faith, like almost 2 years now. I have like a good foundation built, so I need to take it upon myself to like dive deeper. Because you can get so much out of a Sunday, you can get so much out of a Thursday, but you still need to be doing things like actively every single day. And like I would read my Bible, but it's not like I'm learning so much reading a chapter or two in my Bible a day, you know? Like I really want to like know. So I guess if there's like another topic for you guys, even if it's personal training or if it's dietetics or if it's in nutrition or if it's in business, if it's in marketing, like look up like YouTube University, baby. There's so much you can learn on there. Like take time to like research and build your knowledge, become more wise in areas. Because I didn't like, I think I just expected things to like come to me and people to teach me things along the way. But like, you have to put yourself out there and like be your own teacher, be your own guide. We're used to our whole lives being like having to go to school and a teacher teach us or the professor teach us or a pastor teach us. But it's like, we can still be our own teachers and you will make leaps and bounds by that extra effort added. So that might be niche, but that's something I've had to start doing because I want to learn more, but it's like, okay, well, if you want to learn more, you got to do more, you know? Number 7. Oh, this is funny. Okay. I used to let my shyness, my insecurity stop me from so much. And I would make excuses because I'm like, oh, I'm uncomfortable. Like, I don't want to like I'm not gonna have fun. Like, I'm not feeling it. And I would like allow myself to kind of fall into that. And I would avoid certain social situations because I was like shy and nervous. But let me tell ya, exposure therapy works. If you're a shy person, the more you put yourself in a certain scenario, in a certain environment, you'll be fine. The first few times, yeah, they're a little weird, uncomfortable, but like you'll get through it. And the more you do it, the more comfortable you become. And then you're through it. Okay. Same with like an insecurity. It's funny because I would let those stop me as well. Like let them stop me from being friends with somebody or posting something or asking somebody a question or whatever it is. But let me just tell you, I can like say this confidently because I, one, am a creator and I have a lot of creator friends. If you're seeing these people online and they seem so confident or they seem so knowledgeable, they seem like they have no insecurities or they seem like they're fine. They're not. They're going through it. Trust me, everyone has their own thing. Like no matter how like up here on a pedestal you put them, they still have their own struggles. So it's like, I guess utilize that to like humble yourself in a situation and just realize it's like people are just people. Okay. Everyone has their things. And the only one stopping yourself is you. So like get through like the shyness, get through the insecurity, get through the discomfort of something and put yourself out there and you will gain so much. Like just don't let that hold you back. I used to be like, oh, I'm an introvert. Oh, I like my alone time. Oh, no, those were just covers and those were excuses because I was shy and it made me nervous to like go talk to someone. But like I am not shy. Actually, I am shy, but like I can talk your ear off. I have 2 podcasts. I talk all day. Like I'm not a shy person. I think I was just insecure. And I was like scared of how people would react because I'm a sensitive person and I didn't want to get my feelings hurt. So I don't know. That's just me being for reals. But I mean, just move on to the next one. Number 8. I used to think worst case scenario. And I had to stop doing that because it was stopping me and it was creating so much anxiety, worry, and doubt, fear. God is not placing that on your heart, okay? It's like God doesn't want us to live. I mean, he wants us to fear him, but he doesn't want us to fear anything else. Like, be confident in each step because God's bringing you to something. Whether it goes good or bad, like God's with you. He's got your back and it's for a purpose. So I don't know if it's like a woman's natural response to think worst case scenario to like prepare and to like protect. I don't know, but like maybe that's just the way I grew up. Maybe that's just something I learned along the way. But like I used to be like, I always would think it's probably my anxiety screaming at me, but like worst case scenario. And I had to like stop and be like, okay, my dad always said this growing up. And he's like 90% of the things that you worry about don't even happen. And I'm like, it's so true. Like I'll sit there and be like, well, what if this happens? What if this happens? What if this happens? Well, what if it doesn't? then you're gonna be just a-okay fine. That is like one scenario you've dreamed up in your head when there's 999 bajillion other scenarios that could possibly happen. So like the odds of it being actually the thing that happens is so slim. So it's like, give yourself a break, let your stress and worry and anxiety just like breathe. Me needing to breathe, so I'm getting riled up. But it's like, stop letting that take over your mind and just like think about the best case scenario. Like, what's the best thing that could happen if I do this? Like, get excited and think of that way, because I truly think too, like, and I've said this, I have a whole episode on it, but like the way we think and the way we talk to ourselves become our beliefs, because then we start to believe that's what's going to happen. And then when we believe something, our actions begin to follow it. So we'll almost like subconsciously start to do things to create that reality. So it's like, if we just start thinking good, positive things, our beliefs will become positive and good, and then our actions will follow, and the actual thing that happens is better. Just control your thoughts with that stuff, because it's easy to be like, worst case scenario, but this could happen, but this can't happen, but like, it probably won't. Okay, number 9, a mistake I used to make. This is a big one. I used to ask too many people for advice. Period. Not everyone, I've had to learn this, I think, in my adult life, is like, every single person can only give advice based upon their own life experience. And no one has the exact life experience as you do. Again, it's good to ask like trusted, wise people, but like keep them specific. Like, I have specific people I only ask specific things about. Like, I'd only ask my pastor or like Kyler or someone I trust in my church about something within my faith. I'm not going to go ask some random person that doesn't even know who God is about my faith, you know? So it's like, be so conscious of who you ask advice from. And most of the time, like, take it to God. I think that's what God's really like revealed to me, is like, I can talk to him about it, and maybe if one other person's like involved in the situation, talk to them about it. But like, more times than not, when there's something going on and I ask advice, especially if it's like with somebody else, for example, to make this like make more sense, like if Kyler and I were going through something, for example, we're not right now, but in the past, like we'd have a little bump in the road, and I would seek advice from friends and from numerous people, not everyone, but like a few of my close friends. And I noticed like I was starting to get like the wrong seeds planted, and it was creating these like thoughts that weren't even my own thoughts. And then they were becoming my own beliefs and my own actions, and they were affecting my own relationship, and they weren't even my own. So it's like, just take it to God, and take it to like, I should have just taken it to Kyler, like 2 people. Again, if you need to seek advice and seek counsel, that's okay. But just like on every single situation in your life, just, I guess, guard your heart and your mind, and be wise with who you ask, because people unintentionally like plant possibly bad seeds, or you'll start to like begin to believe how they believe. And if it's not even something you believe, like that doesn't make sense. You don't want to believe something that isn't your own moral value belief, you know? So even like podcasts, and even the stuff I'm saying, it's like, just guard your heart and guard your mind, because we absorb things and we claim them without even like realizing maybe that's not something we even like align with. But when you're like making big decisions, obviously, yeah, you want some advice and you want some help, but like, I think unbiased advice is the best, when people can just like navigate. They don't tell you what to do. They just like ask more questions and allow you to get to the answer. Like, that's the best type of advice to receive. Like, that's the type of people I go to when I need advice now, is like, I know they're not going to tell me what I should be thinking. They're just going to ask more questions to help my brain like channel out and filter out the confusion. And then I come and I resolve my answer. And again, too, just take it to God. He'll clear it up. But like, if you're needing more advice, find the people who don't just tell you what to do. They just like ask you more questions. Okay. And be that person for other people. If someone comes to you for advice, like, start asking more questions, telling less answers. Is that counterproductive of what I'm like literally doing right here, giving advice? Anyway, the last one, I used to live through my phone and not through my actual like life experience. I feel like I was more focused on like what was going on in my phone than I was like what was going on in my peripheral, like my actual real life. And it was sad. I actually listened to this. It was a TikTok or a reel audio. And it was of this girl, and she was saying she was like 12 or 14 or something. And she had like a near death experience. And she actually she met God, like she met Jesus. And she was explaining like what she was seeing, and essentially it was just how like the enemy has us all in this chokehold with our phones and with social media. It's the easiest way to like sabotage and to ruin our minds and our hearts. Um, because think of all the comparison that we just constantly scroll, or like it's so easy to feel really, really high on your phone and really, really low when you're scrolling. Um, but the enemy like has got us got a grip on us because he can control that. Essentially the whole premise of her talking was just God was showing her like how much of life we were missing out on and how many hours she had spent like scrolling on her phone and not present. And it just put things into perspective for me because I was like, wow, I'm on my phone a lot. Like my screen time's up. And I always like use it as an excuse, like, oh, it's my job. Like I really want to like control that because I don't want my job to like ruin my life. Like no one wants that. And so even if it's something as silly as my phone, like everyone's on their phone, but I just used to utilize it as an excuse to be like, oh, I have to be on my phone for work. But it's like, well, I can still set boundaries. Like I can still set like time limits to scrolling and to being on my phone. And I need to learn to just like unplug more and just enjoy life more. And like I'm going camping this weekend and I'm so excited because there's like no service out there. And I know I can just like be immersed with the people there. It's like all my best friends. It's going to be so much fun. It's going to be hot as heck, but it's going to be so much fun. And I truly think the thing I'm the most excited about is to just not be on my phone. Like I can just be present. We need more of that. We need more of that because I want you guys to like enjoy life unplugged more. As a creator who literally makes a living off of her phone, it's like for your guys' own benefit, unplug more and just be more present. Like when you're with people, put your phone away. When I'm with people that I love, it's funny because I realize I'm not on my phone. And so I need to like learn to not be on my phone when I'm just with myself too, because I love myself. So like I need to give myself as much of attention outside of what's on my phone that I do other people. So those are all the things that I've done wrong. Let's run through the list one more time so you guys can get a little refresher. So I used to drink too many energy drinks. Don't do that. Okay. Don't be rushing through everything in life. Slow down, take a deep breath, enjoy the present moment, eat real meals. Okay. Don't just be eating snacks throughout the day. Don't assume bloating's normal. It probably is caused by something that's going on. So like do a little deep dive and figure out what that is. Prioritize sleep. Don't think it's for the weak. It's not. You need it. You'll be weak without sleep. Number 6 was not engage in more like education. Okay. Like take it upon yourself to learn more, build your knowledge bank, chisel out time in your day to do that for yourself. Don't assume that everyone's just going to like, life's just going to teach you what it needs to teach you. Like learn more yourself. Number 6, don't let your shyness or your insecurities get in the way. Number 8, don't think worst case scenario. Okay, think best case scenario. Be positive. Number 9 is to not ask too many people for advice. Like guard your heart and guard your mind. Okay, and be very mindful of who you seek advice from. And number 10 is don't live through your phone. Live through your real life, through real eyeballs in the real moment. Okay. Anyway, I hope this helped. I hope one of these struck a little chord inside of you and inspired you to maybe make a change, for the better. Cause I have, like I said, done all these wrong, thought I was doing what was fine, was making excuses for it, or truly believed like it was normal. And it's not, and I have found other ways and I feel so much better and life is just so much more rich. Again, some of these I'm still working on, but, I hope we can work on them together at least. But thank you guys so much for listening. I love you so much and we will chat next week.